So this is the current thing that's bothering me, and what I'm going to write out in the code right now as I think about it. Set every other true value to false as I go. And I may be going around from the end of the array to the beginning. It doesn't matter where I am in the array. So because it doesn't matter, I'm just going to have to keep track of my own state internally. I'm already keeping track of my current index, but one thing I'm not keeping track of from each time through the loop is whether I should be skipping this true value or whether I should be setting this true value to false. So I'm going to keep track of that. So I'm going to have to keep track of. So keep track of whether I should be skipping a true if I find it, or whether I should be setting a true to false if I find it. I'm supposed to do every other one. So I'm either in skip mode or I'm not in skip mode, say. So that sounds like a Boolean. So up here when I'm doing my index, I'm going to have to track this skip mode, between times through my loop. So here we go. Boolean skip mode, or in skip mode. Should skip, that's a better name, equals false. I'll say at the beginning of time, I'm going to get to that first true and set it to false. Okay, so great. If that means that if I find a true and I have to decide whether or not I set it to false. If I just set a true to false, I'm going to skip this one, otherwise I'm going to go ahead and set it. So if should skip, if I'm skipping this one, then all I will do is I will set should skip to false for this round and continue. Otherwise, if I should not skip, I'm going to actually set it to false. Warriors array subcurrent index gets actually set to false. And then I am going to make sure that I skip the next one by saying should skip equals true. Let me just think about that for a minute and sort of mentally trace through my code. Also, it will help my eye a lot if I indent this inside the while loop, and this also. Okay, let's have a quick look. So at the beginning of time, current index is 0. Should skip is false because I do want to set that first true to false. Hopefully I have all true, so this will be false, and so I'll go in here. I should not skip, so I end up setting it to false, and the next time I should skip, so now should skip is true, I go up by 1, I go around the loop again. If we still have enough trues in there, then I look at this index, say, okay, if this one is true and I'm skipping, I just set should skip to false and I go for the next one. Okay, so say I'm midway through here somehow, there's trues or falses everywhere. Say I come in and I find one that is not a true, then that's right, nothing happens with the skip, I just keep on going. So I'm pretty confident that this is going to work, but I'd love to see the state of the array at every time through the loop, just to so I can see sort of what's going on. And so I'm going to put some judicious print line in here. If this gets irritating, I'll take it out, but just so I can keep track of where we are. Should I print my index? Maybe I'll print my index, and I'll also print it. Maybe we'll print it so it all lines up, and then we'll print the array using the usual thing, string. Okay, so we'll print the index, and then I'll print arrays.toString passing my warriors array. Whew. Okay, that means I'm going to need to import the arrays class. Import java.util.arrays. Ooh, I really hope this works. I'm excited. Now I'm back down to where I was. Okay, let's give it a try. Cannot find symbol. Cannot find symbol index. Oh, did I not call it index? Variable index. What did I actually call it? Oh, current index. Current index. Actually, I think index is a better word, so I'm just going to name this one index instead. Did I use index already? No. Okay, so that should be all right. Cannot find symbol here. Current index. Oh, there I did use current index on 68 and 76. 68 and 76. Okay. Whoa, that's a little, you know what, maybe this is a moment where, because I can't quite fit them all in one line. Did it end correctly? Yes, it did. Okay, super, I'm almost there. I can see that it worked. I would like to make this printout look a little less bad, maybe with just F's and T's, but I'm going to comment it out for now and do the last part, which is to report to the user. Let's just take this away for a moment. Where's the end of my while loop? Right here. It says JEdit. So I will report the two positions to the user. I could do that, you know. Why? I would really love to use this to figure out which two are alive, and so I think I'm just going to send in another array. That might be a little confusing for this at this point in our class. But I could do it. What I'm trying to figure out is, should I send an array that will get filled up with two indices or not? Well, why not? Let's give it a try. I could write a separate method that will do that would do the reporting, and so maybe I'll do that first, and then I'll show you that what is in my mind. So public static void report which two given a Boolean array of warriors. So the problem that I am trying to solve here is I don't like having to write this whole loop all over again. And so I'll show you an alternative method of doing this in a minute. But this kind of a method would be totally fine for this class when you're just learning programming. That's the for loop. That's the if. That's the for loop. Okay. So instead of keeping track, I could just print out or print I. Print it. Left alive are at seats. And put a little bit of a space. This is about the best I can do at this point to do it this way. And then put it right here. So, and then I can call report which two. But I'm going to make this a little better in a minute, and then I'll show you how you can make it better and better. Which do. Where's array? Okay. Let's do that, and then we'll improve that code. So here we go. The warriors left alive are at seat 715. Okay, that's totally fine to do that. Here's what it would be a more elegant way inside my report which to method, and then we'll see the utmost in elegance in a minute. Well, yeah. Int alive indexes equals a new int 2 index equals 0. For sub I equals true, system, instead of printing out here and here, let's get rid of that. It's down here in one place. Instead of printing here, I'm just going to add it to my alive ones. Alive indexes sub per index equals I per index plus plus. Once we know there's only going to be 2 of them, it's okay. If I wanted to test again, to check against stupidity of calling report which to, I could say, you know, so this would be protect against someone calling this with an array that has more than one true, or more than 2 trues. If I've gone off the end of my array, per index is greater than equal, or is equal to 2, greater than 2. Let's see, 0, 1, per index plus plus. This would be super safe. I can break out of the loop at this point. Okay, that's fine. I think maybe I would, so I don't have to break every time. I just try to avoid using break. But so that would be one way to do it. Maybe the better way would be to say if warriors sub I is equal to true and the per index is still in range, less than or equal to 1. This is just like fail safe, so I don't go off the end of my index, my end of my alive indexes array. That's seats. So now I can use one printf. And I can pass in alive index 0, alive index is sub 1. So this allows me to control my output a little bit easier with the and. So let's see how that looks. So that's a little bit nicer, that output. In the next video, I'll take it one step further and incorporate it with the method that tells me that there are just 2 trues left.